I'm Terry Ryan, and I'm a wife and a mom and a grandmother, and I used to work as a youth minister, and now I'm working as an adult director of faith formation at St. Mary of the Expectation in League City.
My name's Scott Ryan. I am a husband, father, and a grandfather. I am an internal consultant for a dental manufacturer, also in entering or finishing my 6th year of diaconate formation.
So we first stumbled upon the Theology of the Body by St. John Paul II about 14 years ago, I guess. We did it because we were helping with youth ministry, and at the time we learned just enough to be able to present to youth, and we thought this is good for youth. And then it just took us a few years to kind of realize this is not just for youth, this is also for us. We took a deep dive probably about 9-10 years ago, and we've been hooked ever since. The goal of this, parent conference, and especially the talk that we're giving, is how does my sexual history disqualify me, or does it disqualify me from talking about theology of the body, specifically to our own children? And what I would say is, absolutely not. We, first of all, have to understand that God is a merciful God. And, that question in itself is doubting His mercy. And so that's one of the things we hope to get across, is that no matter your past, if you have come back to the Lord and asked for forgiveness, you're not disqualified from talking about this.
Yeah, there's a phrase I like to use. It's don't let perfection get in the way of progress. One, we're not perfect, so we shouldn't let that stop us. And number two is there's a fear of not knowing everything about the faith, not knowing everything about the theology of the body, so I can't go ahead and teach others. Well, you got to start somewhere, right? So we can't let perfection get in the way of progress. As parents especially, we've got to start somewhere. There's plenty of resources, and it's important to start. You can't let that stop you from helping your children.
Yeah, and so we really hope that the parents who come to this conference, we really hope that they're going to hear a message of God's tender mercy. They're going to hear a message that it's not too late for them. And they're going to walk away from this conference with tools. How do I begin? And I think that, it's not up to us to teach them everything about the theology of the body. I think it's going to be up to us to introduce what it is, why it's important, and give them the resources they need to continue their learning so that they can share it with their children.
Yeah, as Terry said, you should start as early as possible, and there's age-appropriate ways to do that. And it's never too late, meaning don't think that you've missed the mark. It's never too late to start. So we felt like we started too late, but it's learning the topics, understanding it, and how to give back.
And honestly, by the time our 2 older children, they were graduating high school when we started looking into this, and but it was still okay, because when they got into college and they started to experience life, I can't tell you how many conversations we've had with them from college and forward about God's plan for human sexuality. It's an open conversation in our family now, and it's been a beautiful thing for us to be able to share with them as young adults, and of course now married.
And the impact that it's had on many others that we've worked with, I never realized how important it was. We worked with a lot of teenagers and young adults in our time with youth ministry, and we've had those who went to the program come out much later and tell us how impactful it was. You don't know it at the moment, so it's really important to plant those seeds early, because it does bear fruit.
I had an adult woman actually, about 6 years later, say to me, something you said during a Theology of the Body for Adults group that we had helped her to be able to move on and into healing for herself. So you just never know.
Yeah, it's a beautiful teaching. One of the things that we've been able to help others do is look at the world through the proper lens. So in the beginning, with the fall, we became distorted, and we see things in a distorted way, and this teaching has helped us give others the ability to see it through the proper lens, through as Terry said, through the truth, to see who we are, how we were made, and how we're meant to be. Well, the DSF is extremely important because it helps get to the root of the issue. Right? So St. John Paul had said, as the family goes, so goes the nation, so goes the whole world. And if you work your way backwards from the whole world, the epicenter of everything is the family, and that's what the DSF really focuses on, is helping the family.
Yeah, with the Family Life Ministry, the DSF allows that department to reach out to parishes. And not all parishes are equally as blessed as far as their faith formation teams, their catechists. And so the Family Life Ministry can really step into the gap. And so, with them doing that, they can offer these programs to families who wouldn't normally get them, and give families a fighting chance. They not only support families with the teaching of the theology of the body, they support families who are already struggling in their marriage. They give them resources. They're able to point them in the right direction. But I do feel like this conference is just another step in the right direction that the Family Life Ministry is doing. They are giving not only the families that are coming to this conference, like those couples, a fighting chance, but they're giving their future families, the couple's children, a fighting chance of having a strong family life when they're older and getting married and forming their own families.
It's all, the family's at the center of everything. We've got to make sure that we're focusing in on the family.
Yes.